Greetings, this is Pastor Stallworth. I want to share a word with you tonight about what women want. What women want, what women need is love. Every woman who is reasonable, who is rational, who is of a sane mind wants love. Someone will say, well, how do you know that? Well, it's the way God has created us and given us mechanisms within us with certain desires, certain particular specific desires. A man, he wants to be loved as well, but what men thrive in and of is being respected. That's the reason why Ephesians, the 5th chapter, verse 25 says, husband, love your wife as Christ has loved the church and has given himself for it. Wife, respect your own husband. So what women thrive in and of is being loved. It sounds real simple, but it's more complicated than how simple it sounds because a lot of men don't know how to love their wife unconditionally. Unconditionally. You see, Christ loved the church unconditionally. He gave himself up for the church, knowing that the church, which is made up of believers, are not always going to be perfect. They're not always going to make the right decisions. They're not always going to show Christ that the church loves him. And when I talk about church, I talk about the individuals who make up the church. We make up the church, and we are imperfect. We are not always ones who are going to smile and act and know that we are blessed because of who Jesus is. The fruit of the Spirit, 9 fruit of the Spirit. Those 9 fruit don't always show up every day. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Yes, we don't always show that we truly know and love God. But yet and still, like the husband ought to be to the wife, Christ continues to love us unconditionally anyway. That's how the husband is supposed to love his wife. There's a book came out many years ago, a couple of decades ago or longer, by a man by the name of John Gray. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Men and women are indeed different. In the book, John Gray talks about how a woman is linear, meaning that everything is connected to everything else. So when a woman loves something, loves someone, all of that which she loves is connected. When she does not have love, let's say if she loathes something, which is the opposite of love, then everything is going to be connected. If she has a lovely, wonderful day at work, that lovely, wonderful day is going to be carried with a line to the house, to home, where she goes, and she's there to be the wife, be the mother. If she has a wonderful day, then you're going to see that wonderful spirit in her come true there in her household. But if she has a bad day, which a lot of us sometimes experience, then that woman is going to have the linear perspective that the whole day is bad. That's the way the Lord designed a woman to have a sense of passion about everything. Everything is linear. Everything is connected to everything else in a line. Line, a line. But when it comes to men, men are compartmentalized. A man can have a terrible day because he doesn't thrive in and of love like a woman does. He's not as passionate about life as a woman is. I know that sounds sexist, sounds stereotypical, but it's the way God designed the man. The man, according to John Gray, which is a really good book, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, meaning that we're different. A man can have a terrible day, and he'll go home, and he'll expect romance, he'll expect things to be different because he has compartmentalized that terrible day that he had at work. He's compartmentalized how he thinks things should happen at the house, and it's all non-connected to him. A woman is connected to everything. That's because she has a heart of love. A man who thrives in and of being respected is not connected. He can have a bad day or he can have a good day at work and then come home and it not be connected. It's something to ponder, something to understand when it comes to love. A woman cannot respond to a man if she's had a bad day at work. You can't expect her to come home and forget about it. She needs to sometimes talk about it, have a listening ear from a husband who's going to show sensitivity and concern and have some compassion about how she feels. When a man can really get in touch with how his wife feels in terms of love, it makes a huge difference in every aspect of their marriage. Being a good listener, an active listener, not necessarily always having all the answers, but understanding that when a woman is having a bad day or having a good day, everything else is affected by that. So that's a really good point to make about love. A woman, God made that woman because she's a mother and she's a sister and she is a daughter. All of those different roles that she plays has to do with that which she has a lot of understanding about intrinsically, innately, which is love. A woman who is a mother has a tendency to be a nurturer because God made her that way, to love her children and to love her husband. So it's easy for a woman to love and easy for a woman to have everything lined up together, but it's not necessarily the way a man is connected. And for that reason, sometimes men, we come off as being disconnected, not understanding how that woman feels. As I said earlier, compartmentalizing, thinking that one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. I'm going to keep it real. See, a man, if he has a bad day at work, he can come home and expect to have relations with his wife to help him forget about the bad day he had. A woman, that's not the way she thinks. If she's had a bad day, she's not gonna want to have relations. And that's something that a man needs to understand. When we have a better understanding of how God has made the two different sexes, we're not all the same. The two genders, man, male. God made male and he made female. That's right. He made male and he made female. And we are different. So God bless you. God keep you. God cause his face to shine on you. We have a clear understanding about what a woman needs, what a woman wants is love, unconditional love that's sacrificial, like Christ. He made that sacrifice on the cross for the church. See, Christ is the husband. He is the bridegroom who is coming back for his bride, which is the church. And the church is not perfect, and neither is a woman, and neither is a man. So we need to cut each other some slack and love each other with the mind of Christ. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. Hey, I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.